prominent and stuff. But it's just crazy how like there's a section in our brains, or maybe the entire brain, that is stored for like important past events, you know?
Right.
What do you think about memories? What do you think they are? Like, what do you
Um,
think they're used for?
I definitely think they're important in the sense of understanding your your foundation, because I don't think you're gonna remember anything that doesn't necessarily have any importance to you. Like, um, there's a lot of things that I don't know. Even if you talk to your parents or something, they'll bring up and you like, when did that happen or something. Like, just for example. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you're remembering for a purpose, whether you understand it in that moment or not.
I think memories too could have come from like evolution, obviously, because like if you didn't remember something, you'd die. Like before, like there were like we were like evolved and everything, but when we were like really just coming out of trees and being primates and stuff, if you didn't remember doing something or something that killed you before,
Right.
like a mushroom or something, like, oh, don't eat that. If you don't remember that it killed Bobby,
Hmm.
then you would die too. So I think
Right.
memories definitely like evolved to be something that that like helps us not die. But I think there's more to it than that. I think memories have something to do with our, I don't know if you are a believer in energy or power or souls or anything like that, but I think memories have something to do with important things that your soul or your energy either needed to learn or needed to grow bigger, you know?
Right.
So like if you're sitting in your, this is actually not even my thought, but if you're sitting in your body, it almost feels like you're something sitting inside a body looking out through the eyeballs. It doesn't feel like this is you, you know?
Right.
It feels like you're looking out using this. So what I think memories are, or when something prophetic happens or something important happens in your life, it ingrains like a little screw in there so that you can come back to it to learn for the future. But then it starts to make you think, is then like, then you start to think of like, are you a determinist, or do you believe in determinism? Do you know what that is?
Uh, Give me an example.
Everything happens for a reason. Like it's basically everything's gonna happen. Like everything happens. Like everything's already planned out. There's a plan, and you're on the line, and you really don't have any free will.
Um, I would I would say I believe that to a point. I feel like you have ability to change whatever destined outcome is your life is set on already. I'm not saying that you control your destiny or anything like that, because like you never know what's gonna happen. But I feel like as long as you are always doing what you can do to make that dream or whatever it is happen or come true, you're eventually going to either you're going to learn something or it's going to happen. Like you're never going to lose anything from trying.
Yeah, and then it comes to the thing like, but then it starts to blow my mind. Like, so if you have a plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a plan. There's a line, like you can go from this box to there, right? That's my line. And then all of a sudden, like, okay. So when there's a choice, right? Say you become to a fork in the road. I'll describe it so like the listeners can hear. You get to a fork in your own life, and you can choose A or B. Let's say you get a job opportunity at A firm or B firm, right? And A firm's in Germany and B firm's in America. And so that's automatically going to change where your line goes, right?
Right.
And you choose A firm and you go to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And then another fork in the road comes, and then another, and then another, and then maybe who to marry, have a kid. Do you think that your line starts where it is and always ends where it's supposed to? Or do you think that there are, like, do you think it just goes, but always ends where it needs to? Like, do you think it zigzags, but always ends where it needs to? Or do you think that you end wherever your life, like, because if your life's planned out, you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to end where you're supposed to end. But if
Right.
you don't, then is it really planned out?
Mm. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I can see that. Like basically everything in between is up in the air, but beginning to like the beginning and the end is set. Is what you're saying.
Is it? That's my question.